Come here, Ferg. Come here. Here. Come here. Sit. Sit. Thank you. Relax. There you go. Okay. I was born and raised in Manila. It was fun. It was really nice being raised in a city where it's so diverse. You know, you can drive 2 hours and you can end up in a forest. You can drive 2 hours, you can end up in a beach. You can be in the city. So it was nice to be surrounded with, I don't know, just a lot of cultures, being very immersed in a lot of things. I officially moved when I was 19. I moved June of 2018, June 24, 2018, and I've been here ever since. I was in the UK before coming here, and I actually thought I was going to just stay in the UK, you know, get married there, and work in the West End because I was there studying for musical theater. But then the opportunity came for me to come to LA after my mom posted a video of me singing on Facebook, and a producer here contacted her and was like, hey, I think your daughter should come to LA. And so ever since that, you know, I've just decided on, I think this is what I want to do for my life, and I want to make a career out of this. And it's just been LA ever since. I feel like there's a lot of factors in the way I was brought up that has definitely shaped me into the person I am today. Not the artist I am, but the person I am. I think the people that I have met definitely has made me into the artist I am, but I really do think that having an upbringing that not everybody else had, you know, has made me into the person that I am. I was very, very blessed growing up, and my mom really made it a point to immerse me in so many things to see what I liked. And it just so happened that it would be arts. And so, yeah, I was very fortunate that I had all the opportunities as a kid to do that. I am very, very, very heavily influenced by 90s and early 2000s R&B. You know, I always kind of tell this, not joke, but like everybody that has one name. So that's Aaliyah, Brandy, Tamia, Monica, and I'm very heavily influenced by like SWV, TLC, and like Keisha Cole and stuff like that. So I always try and make things my own. But what I really do appreciate from music made in the 90s and the early 2000s is the writing and how true it was to the person that wrote it. So just like my music, I'm very influenced by 90s and early 2000s fashion. Clearly, I love like baggy stuff, I love streetwear, I love sporty stuff, and I am really, really not like a typical girly girl. Like I love, like this is a men's jacket, like I love getting like men's stuff and like tying it or cutting it to make it like, you know, a little bit girly, but like I just like unique stuff. I know the reason why I'm really super into fashion is because of my mom too. She was a fashion designer when she was younger, and she always was just like, I'd always just watch her shop and the way she'd put things together. And I even now, like when we go to a store, I'd be like, Mom, I think you'd look good in this, and she'd actually make me try it because she's kind of lazy to take everything off. But yeah, and we both have like the same shoe size, so like now I still borrow like shoes from her and whatnot. So I've always just been influenced by 90s fashion. She also had like a lot of vintage pieces that I just ended up getting over the years too. So I think that's why I've always been very into fashion. So I do style. I do style all the videos. Before this, I styled performances and just anything you'd see me in prior to this, I would do. And yeah, I always do take into account like if they like it, if they don't, they can tell me. I feel like we've definitely crossed that line in our friendship to be very, very blunt and straightforward with each other. And in terms of like, you know, outfits, like I always love thrifting because each piece is unique. It's very rare to find, you know, the same thing. And so I just love thrifting. Like literally everything in my closet is thrifted. If they aren't shoes, like this is thrifted, and I just think it's great. Yeah, I love thrifting. The Goodwill in Burbank is the best one. My favorite part about getting ready for a performance is obviously like I love hanging out with my team. You know, rehearsal is just so much fun. Like we just have the best time, just, you know, actually working and still, you know, getting to know each other and still, you know, all our inside jokes. There's just too many now in my head, and obviously getting creative with, you know, visually with the looks and like the makeup and the hair, and really working with my glam team and now my stylist. It's just, I just love being involved in all aspects of my career and being hands-on, because at the end of the day, if the product is not authentically you, like people will tell, and there's only one you know, like if I feel like if you don't put your well, I feel like if you don't put your input, and it's just like it's not gonna be unique. Everybody has, it's like a collaborative effort. Like if everybody works together, it's just so good. Like the product you get is so good. And so I think definitely like quality always trumps quantity. You know, apart from being able to live my dream on a daily and to be able to influence a lot of people, a part of the reason why I still do what I do and why I love it so much is the people I have met in this journey. You know, everybody knows that I'm very, very close to my team, and you know, there's no I in team. It's a team effort. You know, I am nothing without them. Like literally, like performing, if I'm performing on stage, you know, my dancers, I don't even like calling them my dancers, they're my friends. They, you know, I feed off of their energy. They make me look good, and obviously I don't look like this on a daily shot, you know, like makeup and hair, like I can't do this, and obviously I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the producers, the publicists, and all this. So it's a team effort, and I feel like a lot of like artists kind of forget that there really isn't like the product without the team. It's like a factory, you know, everybody has their role, and it's just amazing the friendships that I have, that I can, you know, the friendships that I've gotten from this. It's our friendships that can, you know, last a lifetime, and we have just the best time. You know, it doesn't feel like work, and I think that's what makes it very important, because once it starts to feel like work, that's when you know you have to take a step back and just kind of regroup. But rehearsals are great. That's one of the things that I always look forward to every week, is to, you know, walk into the rehearsal room and see my friends, and working with friends it just makes a big difference. And just, yeah, having a family away from home too makes such a big difference, because, you know, we all literally come from different parts of the world, and we're all here, you know, trying to live our dreams, and the fact that we have each other and that we can come back to each other, and still like away from like the public, you know, like away from like the spotlight, and kind of unwind still with each other is very important. And I think that's what also makes our bond grow stronger, is that the fact that we get to go and experience this together. This EP is really what I've been through in the past year and a half, and it's just kind of a reminder that, you know, you can overcome any obstacle if you just put your mind into it, and you can achieve anything you want to, literally, if you put your mind into it. That's something I've been saying all the time in every interview. I always like to end with that, is that growing up, you always believed that you could do anything. Like growing up, I believed I could be a princess. And so I literally would dress like a princess. Or growing up, you believe you could fly, so you'd make your dad literally carry you and pretend to fly. And I still like to live with that mindset in my head, because you know, if you believe it, then nothing can, you know, stop you from doing it. And I just think you always have to have that like magic within you, you know, always have to have that excitement within you, because if you lose that excitement, people can tell, people will be able to tell with your work. And, you know, it's just, you have to love it. And I do. I'm so happy I get to do what I love every day with the people that I love. Yeah. I've recorded about 3 full-length albums with deluxe editions, but only 6 are making it into this EP because I've gone through a lot of things in the past year and a half here in LA that a lot of artists will go through in maybe 10 years into their career. And there's been a lot of ups and a lot of downs, and I'm just very glad now that people get to hear the music I want to put out, the music I wrote, the music I was very involved in. And it's really my heart and soul into these 6 particular songs. All the late nights at the studio, and I know every artist has that, but all the late nights at the studio, like it makes a difference. Like you can hear it in my voice. And it's just working with 3 different producers on this album. It's all different brains coming into one project. So it's really, you know, it's unlike anything people have like necessarily heard, because it's just everyone's different, like energies and frequencies and vibrations coming together. You know, without pouring into too much detail, you know, it's my career here in LA has kind of been one of those typical, like the first half of it has definitely been one of those where you just hear about an artist being taken advantage of, being held like a puppet in front of, you know, the world to see, and like how people would call you like an industry plant, and, you know, saying that you're not worthy, you're just an industry plant, you know, like you don't have the talent to match it. And that was really heartbreaking for me, because I knew that I did. I knew I was very dedicated to, you know, my craft, and I really wanted to express myself in the writing, but, you know, there have just been instances where people just didn't let me, or people, you know, think that they have better ideas, and there's always gonna be, you know, better ideas, but I am someone that's always thought that if you're really yourself and your true authentic self, that's always gonna read better than anything else. And so not being able to sing my own songs and not being able to write what I wanted to write about was really, really heartbreaking and really draining for me. But over the course of the last 2 years here in LA, I've learned to be very positive, because I know that a lot of people depend on my energy. If I walk into a rehearsal or if I walk into a studio session, I know that I set the tone for a lot of things, which then is a butterfly effect into other people's energies, and you never know if they're going to bring that home, or bring that home into their wife, into their husband, into their girlfriend, or into their space. And I wouldn't want anybody to ever feel the same way I'm feeling, even if I'm having a bad day. So I've learned that everything's under control. I've learned that I shouldn't really worry, because there's always a light. There's always a light at the end of the tunnel. And I know now I'm surrounded by amazing people that have my back. So it hasn't always been easy, but I've learned to stay positive. And I think having a positive mindset with anything you do is just really like just the way to go about life, because if you don't, like, it's stressful, and you're just gonna stress people out, and it's just hard. But yeah, just being positive. It's not easy. This industry, in its own, you know, being in the spotlight and having so many people look up to you, you feel pressured to always, you know, keep it together. And there are days when you feel like absolute crap and absolute ass, but people just need to remember that you are still a human and that you're still normal, you know? Yeah. I would say that my favorite song on the EP is a track called Dive. I just really put my heart and soul into that song, and that song is like my baby. Like, I did not leave that studio until I thought that was perfect. It was produced by Lainey Stewart, written by Alex, Jack, and Kelsey, and myself. And we really, you know, we all are like brains together that it really worked for that particular song, because it's just like, I don't know, it sounds like a trip. It's just, you'll hear it. So there's 6 tracks that made into the EP. 3 produced by Lainey Stewart, 2 produced by Rockstar, and 1 produced by Warren Curtis. And just a collaboration with me and a lot of songwriters in all different songs. And it's just, I don't know, like, I hate saying it's like unlike anything you've heard before, but it really is, because there's like so many brains that have collaborated into this particular project that it's really unlike anything that's out there, just because of the process and you know, like who was involved in it. And it's you know, I can't imagine putting out a different set of songs, if that makes sense. I always say let the music speak for itself, and I feel like this EP really can, because just it's so good. And I'm very, 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 very grateful and very thankful that these producers have taken me under their wing and, you know, worked with me and believe in me. And it's nice to know that there are people that really want to invest in you and want to believe in you. And so yeah, it's so good, Rainbird. I know. Okay. Come here. Okay, sit. Ferg, sit. Down, Ferg. Thank you, Ferg. So yeah, without further ado, please do enjoy the show, and please do get my EP, available now on Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Music, and anywhere else. Say bye. Say bye. Say bye. No, look here, Ferg. Ferg, look here. Ferg. There you go. Say bye.